Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so just a little bit about me. Did any of you attended the this what we call 50 plus forum talk last time in 2015? No, huh? Yeah, thank you for coming here. I would like to thank C3A for inviting me to share with our friends here about this topic. Okay, I think we move to the first one about the title first. Okay, so this is the title. I believe you all have you know the online registration. Thank you very much. Okay, so this topic actually is about the same that last year, but each year that I had the forum talk, yeah, maybe related. Okay, so the previous year was about technology. Now this year, when I say childhood memories, with memory aids of Singapore in the past, yeah, later I will explain what does memory aid means. Okay. So just a little introduction. I think this slideshow is outdated. I'm now actually 70 years old this year. That was done 2 years ago. Okay. As a pioneer generation blogger, meaning that for 2017, I have already completed 10 years of blogging. All for personal blogs, you know, out of interest. So this one, we take a look at the first one, which is called top moments. No, just click on the top moments. Yes. Okay, this is just the latest one. There are two blogs that I have. One is 10 years now under Blog to Express. This is top moments only 3 years ago. The reason is the original blog that I have under Blog to Express already exceed 500. So many of my blog friends told me that it's too many to find what are the old blogs that I've done. So now I have another one, you know, alternately. So if let's say each month I have 2 blogs, one blog under Blog to Express, and then another one 2 weeks later under Top Moments. Okay, so this one that I have is my trip to old Sembawang. Anyone grew up in Sembawang?
This is where I live.
That's where you live. Thank you very much. You can actually check this blog. Let me roll down and let you see. Okay, just hold on a minute. Now, you look at this picture. Sembawang. Do you remember the Sultan Theatre?
Of course.
Oh, yes, okay. We have a quick one just to let you know what did I blog about in this, okay, you know, down. Can you do it now?
I have to show you. I show you.
Okay.
Because of the
Okay. Yeah, this is just a quick one, but actually what I'm saying is that if you go to the top moments, you will be seeing this that I have completed the course. Come down. Just do a quick scroll and you see all the old photos.
This is your own photo. No more.
Sorry?
No more.
Yeah.
No more this.
Okay, never mind. I think because of technical reason, but you please go to that blog. What you will see are the old photos, because this is all about Sembawang. I did it from friend called Norman Wong who did a video. So I used the still photos to describe. Why I say is my trip. My trip in the sense that, physically I go to Sembawang now. It will be something very different. It is only when I close my eyes and I, use the mind trip to go the same place more than 40 years ago. Then I can remember. See, this is the one. You can, at home or anywhere when you have internet, you can actually take a look at the same block. Okay. Now we move to the other one. Okay. The other one is a Block 2 Express, which I started in 2007. That's why now it's already 10 years. Okay. This one is Tommy Go Who. So if you read this, you will learn that actually Professor Tommy Go, as a young boy, you can read about that also. Okay, and another way is you see all this, the link means that all those titles you click, you will be reading at those former blogs. Okay. Yeah, simple one. Memories of Pasir Ris Park, you see. So, a lot. But mostly, my vlogs, basically, is about heritage. A lot of old photos. Yeah. Thank you. You brought your mom here? Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, the thing is, when most of the blogs I have are known as heritage blogs, I told my young friends, please, many things you don't know the places, whether it's Sembawang, whether it's Pasir Ris, whether it's the Singapore River. These young ones, after they are born, they will not recognize the photos. So they get the parents to look at them, they know where. Now you look at Singapore River, how come you don't have those bump boats, the place where people can just throw into the river, and also to smell. Which young ones don't smell at all. When I grew up and I walked past Singapore River, the smell is something that, even some tourists are very sarcastic. They say, hey, this Singapore River, the water, actually they should water it, because that one can use for what? Smelling salt. You know what smelling salt? People fainted, then I quickly wake up again. That means it's really that smelly, True? You can remember Singapore River in the past? Yeah, okay, thanks. Now we move next. Okay, so this one, this topic is actually very related because you'll notice when you come to visit this 50 plus, the theme for this year to emphasize, the senior citizens, the pioneer generation, is to find that they can actually a lot of things to learn. So after you have listened to this talk, please go out and try to learn many things. There are a lot of things free. You don't have to take exam, you see. But the fact is that, those who are elderly, like my pioneer generation friends, when you learn things, last time they say, when people get old, no need to learn anything. Not true. Because it is when I'm learning, it occupies us. It has something, to your hobby, or if they say want to learn cooking, you can go there and attend the cooking class. If you like to plant flowers and so on, there are also these courses. Please make good use of the time, says when you are free to learn is for these elderlies to learn something that will benefit them. Okay, so that's why I have to say that I don't just certainly know how to how to blog. So 10 years ago, when I started to blog, I did not attend any courses. They never have such things as in the school to conduct courses how to blog. So mostly I only certainly then I will mention that actually one of my mentors where I learned from is inspired by this Victor Yu. You can actually go to his blog known as Bullock Water. 牛車水啊，牛車水啊。That blog, he was even earlier than me, and I met him, learned from him, and I started from there. Okay, that is 牛車水啊。So the other one is Lam Chan Si. Lam Chan Si is the name of the blog is called Good Morning Yesterday. From Lorong Linjie, Lorong Chuan, to blog about this. So you'll see that, actually every one of you may be coming from different places in Singapore, grew up in different places. I grew up in Bukit Ho Swee, so I can only talk about that during my young days, what Bukit Ho Swee is about. Anybody could know about Bukit Ho Swee? Many don't know, right? Yeah, I can find out from the blogs. Okay. Now my first blog over 10 years. Actually, this year is 10 years already because July 2007. So July 2017 is completed 10 years. Yeah. So I started with using a guest blogger at Good Morning Yesterday. Okay. I don't know if you click this, can you see whether you can go there? Now this is actually the link. Link cannot. No. Okay, never mind. Okay. So what if you get a link? This is what you call the URL. The link. You will just go directly to read.connect. So that one is called the Chakwaman. When I was 10 years old in Havelock Road, I blog about Chakwaman. Yes, yeah. Okay, please read about it there. Any social network features on Facebook. Okay, so actually what I'm saying is that even when I started blogging, as I go along over 10 years, so many things to learn. Yeah, so that means to say there are many blogs today that are many topics. So later on I will discuss the different types of blogs we have. Okay. So, okay, about Facebook, YouTube, all this is that when I started the blog 10 years ago, I do not have such things to use, they are very, very helpful. Things like, if I want to have a topic about Char Kway Teow, I check YouTube, and they will show, people try the Char Kway Teow. Or people want to plant flowers, they can learn from there. Okay, so these are the ones that I have actually now used more. To improve in my blog, to make it more little interesting. Thank you. Okay, next. Okay, why blog? Why blog? If you take a look at the first topic I had when I blogged in 2007 July. Yeah, the first topic is called Why Blog, and I did not realize that actually that was some kind of a mission statement. That means the first blog I must tell myself, what am I blogging about? Is it something different from other people? If other blogs are about movie stars, about foodies, cooking or eat food, where to get the best food, or other things people may like to blog about old buildings. Yeah, so that is why I mentioned my blog. Why blog? First thing is learn new skills and share experiences from people with similar interests. Yeah. So I'm glad that most of you who come, most likely you have something that like to find out, hey, last time old Singapore, how was it like? Yeah. Now the buildings, maybe some of them already demolished. But going through that kind of a blogs, yeah, it brought you some memories. Okay. Next one, a good way to practice creative writing. Okay, I learned little by little to be able to write better. So it's just like going back to school to write composition, and then as we blog, we can actually bring in the contents. Others will help to find out more. Yeah, of course. Not completely says the grammar and English to learn. More, I like to put more photos that you see. Then, looking at the photos, later on I will talk to you about memory aids. Okay? Now, bring joy to where you dwell. Meaning to say that, a blog, if it is about, old days, maybe the grandparents or great-grandparents, who can remember old Singapore, where the river, they find that it's so, cluttered with boats and boats and sampan or whatever. You don't have them anymore. So that's why they bring memories. So that will bring joy, grow better plants, cook tasty and healthier food. Many things actually you can learn from the blogs in the internet. Cheer for them. Because let's say for 10 years, if I've not done any blog, I've been doing what? Maybe go and play mahjong. Now no more like my young days, Last time as small children, what would you do? Because when we were young, we don't have to go through all that. Children have to say what are they? Flying kites, spiders, and so on. Yeah, okay. So you can see all this. Exercise the brain and learn new and fresh ideas. Okay, next. Okay, just now I tell you about the types of blogs. Okay, mine is basically personal blogs. But okay, collective means that now we want to talk about Sembawang, and everyone are from Sembawang. But you are staying in different places of Sembawang. So when we have two together, we talk about Sembawang. Maybe you are talking about the Sultan Theatre. Another one may be talking about, the Sembawang Park. Because they stay in different places. But when we are together, we call that collective. So selective, selective is important. Because the blog is, I'm not going to have something that tell people, so that we want to remember about happy things. Sad things you want to remember, see. So that's why you select. You want to select happy blogs, or you want to tell people, hey, every day you read my blog, you make me cry. Please, sorry. Okay. So incidental is suddenly you remember, like for instance when I went to Pasir Ris, the first time after 30 years, now that one is incidental. That I suddenly remember, 30 years ago when I was at the park, now it's so very different. So that brought my, memories from there. Okay. So the next one is inspired topics. Would be things that, suddenly I had an inspiration for the blog of Sembawang. It's because I watched this video from our friend Norman Wong. That I started to do a blog. Okay? Next one, commercial blocks, as I explained. But one of them you have to remember is the one called www.c3.org.sg. Now that one is called a portal, but it's actually a community blog. Okay, foodies blog, you see those blogs are about food. They will introduce to you where to eat the best laksa, which store the char kway teow the best to eat, or popiah, whatever. That's a company. Travel and journey, there are many that you can find out. Government and official website will be things like www.sg, actually you can learn about Singapore. Every topic is under the sun of the internet. Means actually, blog is people can just use and what type of hobby they have. So you have to be selective. Don't use those that will tell people they get into trouble. You all know about blogging by Amos E. Yeah. Yes, they are open to do this, but do you want to do such thing and get yourself into trouble? Yeah. So that's why I say we have to be careful, discriminately and wisely. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your time to read blogs that does not help yourself. Okay, thanks. Okay, so to share memories here, this is exactly what the purpose, that we would like to share is that every one of us would have different childhood experience, childhood memories. Yeah, the memories that you have because you grew up in a different place. Where I grew up was in Bukit Ho Swee, and 13 years after I was born there, Bukit Ho Swee fire on the 25th of May, 1961. I won't be talking about this year, but that was what actually happened. Okay? I mean, there is something already in the past, but we have to remember so that, like I had a talk last time, tell people, you must understand about importance of fire. Okay? So the rest of it will be tell you about the hobby. Next. Okay, this I just want to have one photo here about, you'll notice, do you remember Puan Nur Aisha? That's the wife of our first president, President Yusuf, Isha. Beside me, that was actually me, 54 years ago. Okay, next one. Okay, same. That's me. Of course, you can see me. Now that is the Puan Nur Aisha. Okay, I will tell you that this importance of the photos. Actually, I found this photo by accident. You see, when I was 54 years ago and go to Istana, where this Puan Nur Aisha was feeding me with ice cream and all that. I did not imagine that later, when I had the invitation to the Istana for the launch of the book called Istana by President Tony Tan. That was the one where I took a photo with her and I show her the old photo. She said, oh no, I can remember. See? Okay, next. These are the memory aids which I already mentioned. Next. So, okay, we move on to the first one about the blog, so that you will see about this compound at Marina Bay to take a look at the difference. Because, okay, let's move on. Okay, so just this one, I'll see the photo. Now that's my son, 8 years old. Okay, in 2015, the little boy, 8 years old, is there, and that's his wife. This one, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my granddaughter. Okay, we just move on and take a look. Thanks. Just like I can scroll, right? Yes, scroll. Can you scroll? You can scroll. Okay, never mind. Okay, so sorry about the technical problem here. If you go to look at this, now you will see that actually I wanted to mention is the first time my son brought to Singapore River. That time they don't have Marina Bay for the Hong Bao celebration. Yeah. So the time 8 years old, my son went there. So very different. Like the one I had here, we missed this year, the Hong Bao this celebration. Very different. And my son also become older lah. Now old man. Okay. So yeah, that's all. And yeah, thank you very much. Then go on to. Is there anything that I'd like to maybe have some inquiry, some question to ask? Yes.
Flashback to the memory aids that page.
Memory aid. Can we go to the memory aid? Okay, memory aids. Basically, you see, this one means that aids means something to help you. What to help? You see, if I just look at the ceiling, I can't remember all things. But if I happen to have old photos, you know, old photos, that's why if you can go and pick up some of your old photos when you're a child, yeah, that one will help you or not? You will. Okay? So think of the happy things. Maybe you have a photo when you were eating ice cream, right? Then you say, oh, at that time I really enjoyed it. The first time I really eat ice cream. Yeah? So the next one is archive photos. So this is just remember there is a place called the National Archives of Singapore. Online, and then you can go and do a search of whatever. So if you say, our lady here says from Sembawang, if the search word you put Sembawang, you will see all the old photos, even the Sultan Theatre, about all the, you know, the Char Kway Teow store there and so on. Okay, so this is a very useful memory aid to use. Old newspaper is also online. You go to National Library and then you look for newspaper SG. Okay, then you can see all the old newspaper. Okay, next one, old published magazines. Oh, I'm sure many of you may, you know, last time in school, primary school or secondary school, mostly secondary school, then you have the school magazine. If you do look at the old school magazine, you know, really give you a lot of fond memories. You know, like young days when my friends were playing. Yes. Okay, so that's all. Yeah. Anything else? Because time's up. I'm sorry, you know, to the time constraint. Thank you very much. What you do is, if you like to, you know, share, and use all these memories, dig up for your old photos. Old photos of children. And the grandparents will be very happy to do. If possible, I actually can't find how many of them can have your grandfather's photo when grandfather was 5 years old. Very hard to find out. But you can find. What you do is this. Okay? Pick the grandfather's photo when he was 5 years old, the father who was 5 years old, and then the child who is 5 years old. Put these three photos together. Any difference? They are all 5 years old. We all go through life, you know, a happy childhood in life. Never mind. Let's go and do some learning. So please, after this is over, take a look and go and sign up for more courses that we have. Thank you very much. Thank you.